Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel USA Old Coins. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of old United States coins. From the shiny Lincoln pennies to rare Jefferson nickels and historic Washington quarters, each coin tells a story about America's past. These coins aren't just currency, they're tiny pieces of history, carrying the art, culture, and milestones of their era. Whether you're a collector, history enthusiast, or just curious about the value hidden in your pocket change, you're in for an exciting journey. Let's explore the stories behind these iconic coins and uncover the treasures that lie in plain sight. Top 1. Tonight, imagine holding a tiny golden treasure in the palm of your hand, a treasure that doesn't just shine because of its color, but because of the story it carries across history, across cultures, and across the hearts of coin collectors all over the world. Welcome back to USA Old Coins, where every coin speaks, and every story pulls you into a new chapter of American history. Close your eyes for a moment and picture the year 2000. The excitement of a new millennium. The curiosity of a nation stepping into the future. And in the middle of all this, the United States Mint decides to release a coin unlike any other, a coin meant to honor courage, exploration, and the spirit of a woman whose impact helped shape a nation. This is the Sacagawea Golden Dollar, the coin that glows like the morning sun and whispers tales of the American frontier. When this coin first entered circulation, people were stunned by its color. It wasn't real gold, yet it shimmered beautifully with a golden alloy. Its smooth, almost silky texture, the elegant portrait of Sacagawea, and the baby Jean Baptiste resting peacefully on her back made this coin stand out instantly. Collectors saw something special, and everyday Americans felt like they were holding a piece of timeless heritage. But what truly mesmerizes collectors today is not just its beauty. It's the rarity of certain varieties, those tiny minting mistakes, those rare errors, those special strikes that turn an ordinary $1 coin into a valuable collectible worth searching for in your pocket change. Point. One of the most famous varieties from the year 2000 is the Cheerios dollar. Before the official release of the coin, the United States Mint placed a small number of specially struck Sacagawea dollars into boxes of Cheerios cereal as part of a promotional event. But here's the twist. Those coins were secretly different. The tail feathers on the eagle reverse were deeply detailed, sharply defined, far more beautiful than the regular circulation strike. The moment collectors discovered this difference, the Cheerios dollar became a legend. Only a few thousand exist, and even fewer remain in high grade. Then there is the mule error, the kind of mistake that sends shockwaves across the entire coin collecting world. Imagine a coin where the front side is a Washington quarter obverse, but the back side is a Sacagawea dollar reverse. Two different coins, two different designs, accidentally combined into one. This error is so rare that only around 20 examples are known, and each time one appears, the collector's market erupts with excitement. It is considered one of the greatest modern coin errors of all time. But even regular Sacagawea dollars from the year 2000 can surprise you. Some have off-center strikes, others have weak edge lettering, and a few have unusual planchet defects that add immense collector interest. As the years go by, these golden dollars have become harder to find in clean, untouched condition, especially in high mint state grades. The more time passes, the more collectors search for the perfect example, shining, smooth, without scratches, preserved like a relic from the moment it left the mint. There is something magical about the Sacagawea dollar. Its design honors a courageous woman who guided Lewis and Clark during their expedition. Her image represents resilience, leadership, and hope. When collectors hold this coin, they aren't just admiring its shine, they're connecting with a story older than the nation itself. And that is what makes this coin special. It isn't simply a dollar. It's a symbol, a tribute, a treasure. So, if you ever come across a Sacagawea $2,000, don't let it slip away. Study it carefully. Look for the Cheerios reverse. Check for mule errors. Examine the strike, the luster, the edges. Because every tiny detail might turn an ordinary coin into something rare, valuable, and unforgettable. And that is the excitement that keeps collectors searching, keeps stories alive, and keeps channels like USA Old Coins bringing you the most fascinating discoveries from America's pocket change history. Now let's talk about what collectors love to hear most: the value. And stay with me until the last line because the real market prices might absolutely shock you. The regular Sacagawea $2,000 coin in circulated condition is usually worth $1 in common use, but in mint state condition it can reach up to $10 to $20, while the highly rare Cheerios Sacagawea dollar can sell for more than $3,000 to $5,000 in high grade, and the extremely rare mule error can reach auction prices of more than $150,000. Make sure you comment below about your own coins so USA Old Coins can tell you the value of your coins. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment, and make sure to like this video so we continue bringing you rare coin stories. Top 2. Imagine a coin that doesn't just shine because of its golden color, but because it carries the legacy of a man who once stood at the highest office in the United States. Tonight on USA Old Coins, we are holding the story of Zachary Taylor in the palm of our hand. A tiny golden coin, yet heavy with history, mystery, and the kind of collector excitement that makes coin lovers listen very carefully and never look away. Picture the year 2009, the year the United States Mint released the Zachary Taylor presidential dollar. It wasn't real gold, but the warm golden alloy made it glow like a coin from a forgotten treasure chest. Right on the obverse, the determined face of the 12th President of the United States, Zachary Taylor, a hero of the Mexican-American War and a man known for courage far greater than his short presidency suggests. On the reverse, the majestic Statue of Liberty rising high, symbolizing freedom, strength, and the spirit of the nation. Even before collectors knew it, this coin began weaving its own legend. What people love most about these golden presidential dollars is not just their beauty. It's the secrets some of them hide, little minting mistakes that turn a simple $1 coin into something rare, desirable, and sometimes unbelievably valuable. And the Zachary Taylor dollar has its own share of mysteries waiting for collectors to uncover. One of the most famous issues with these coins is the missing edge lettering error. Normally, every presidential dollar has inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "E Pluribus Unum," the mint mark, and the year, engraved around the edge. But due to mechanical mishaps at the mint, some Zachary Taylor dollars escaped the edge lettering machine entirely. When collectors first discovered these plain edge coins, the excitement shot through the numismatic community like electricity. A smooth edge meant rarity, and rarity meant value. Then there's the double edge lettering error, a mistake that happens when the coin accidentally goes through the edge lettering machine twice. This creates doubled inscriptions, overlapping letters, or distorted text. For error collectors, these kinds of imperfections are pure gold, sometimes even better than the coin's golden shine itself. Double-struck edges on Zachary Taylor dollars are far scarcer than the missing lettering ones, and collectors love to get their hands on them because every example is slightly different, almost like a fingerprint, but the surprises don't end there. Some Zachary Taylor dollars have rotation errors where the reverse is misaligned from the obverse. Others show early die deterioration, giving the portrait a textured or cracked appearance. A very small number even show planchet flaws, tiny imperfections in the metal that make the coin stand out instantly under a collector's light. And because these coins were heavily stored in rolls and bags, finding one in pristine, untouched condition can be a challenge of its own. Collectors today look for these golden presidential dollars not only because of their value, but because of the history they connect to. Zachary Taylor was a soldier who never thought he would become president. He didn't even vote before becoming elected. And holding this coin feels like holding a piece of a life story filled with battles, leadership, and unexpected destiny. That's the magic of coin collecting. It turns history into something you can touch, something you can treasure forever. When you pick up a Zachary Taylor presidential dollar, look closely. Tilt it under the light. Study the edge. Check the clarity of the portrait. Compare the rotation. Because these coins may look common, but a rare error or a high-grade example can change everything. A treasure might be hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right collector to recognize its value. And the best part? Not all of these coins were preserved perfectly. Many circulated, many got scratched, and many disappeared into drawers and boxes. So the ones that survived in sharp, clean, mint-state condition have become the true gems of today's collector market. The higher the grade, the higher the interest, and the higher the price. So next time you come across the golden Zachary Taylor dollar, don't ignore it. That single coin might be one step away from being a rare missing lettering piece, or a double-edged variety, or an unusually perfect mint-state example that a high-grade collector would love to own. And that is exactly the kind of excitement we bring you here on USA Old Coins, stories that turn simple pocket change into golden opportunities. Now, coin lovers, here comes the part everyone waits for. The true market value and real auction prices of the Zachary Taylor $1 coin. The regular Zachary Taylor Gold $1 coin usually holds a value of $1 in common circulation, while mint-state graded coins can reach $5 to $15, and missing edge lettering error coins can sell for more than $60 to $100, while rare double-edge lettering examples and high-grade specialty errors can reach auction prices of more than $200 to $400. Make sure you comment below about your own coins so USA Old Coins can tell you the value of your coins. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment, and make sure to like this video so we continue bringing you rare coin stories. Top 3. Imagine holding a coin that represents one of the shortest presidencies in American history, a golden reminder of a man whose time in office lasted only 31 days, yet whose legacy echoes more loudly than some who served for years. Today on USA Old Coins, we are stepping into the story of William Henry Harrison, but not through textbooks, not through faded photographs, through a shining golden coin that captures a moment of American history frozen forever. When the United States Mint released the William Henry Harrison presidential dollar in 2009, collectors were immediately drawn to its glow. The rich golden color, produced by a special alloy, gave the coin a warm, treasure-like appearance. On the obverse, we see the calm yet firm portrait of America's 9th president, a hero of the Battle of Tippecanoe and a man whose path to the presidency was built on years of military service and frontier leadership. And on the reverse stands the ever-majestic Statue of Liberty, a symbol that brings together courage, freedom, and heritage in one timeless image. But while the coin itself is beautiful, what truly fascinates collectors, what truly keeps coin lovers watching videos like this all the way to the end, are the mysteries hidden in these coins. Because the William Henry Harrison dollar didn't just roll out of the mint perfectly. Some of them came with unusual features, unexpected surprises, and rare minting mistakes that transformed ordinary coins into extremely collectible pieces. One of the most exciting and well-known issues with the presidential dollar series, including the Harrison dollar, is the missing edge lettering error. Every coin in this series, under normal circumstances, has inscriptions engraved around the edge: "In God We Trust," the year, the mint mark, and "E Pluribus Unum." These markings are unique because most coins have smooth or reeded edges, but these dollars carry important text there. However, due to mechanical errors, some William Henry Harrison dollars escaped the mint without any edge lettering at all. Just a smooth, blank edge. And this missing lettering transforms the coin into a rare collectible, instantly recognized by error hunters. But that's not the only treasure hidden in these golden dollars. The double edge lettering error, an accidental repeated run through the edge lettering machine, has also shown up in this series. Imagine tilting your coin and seeing two overlapping sets of letters pressed into the metal. Some are perfectly doubled, some are distorted, some are shifted. Each one is unique. And when it comes to William Henry Harrison dollars, these double-edged varieties are much rarer than most collectors realize, especially in higher grades. There are even reports of partial edge lettering errors where only a portion of the required text appears. For example, a coin might show E Pluribus Unum but completely miss the year or mint mark. Others show weak or fading lettering caused by worn machinery. For a serious collector, even these subtle variations can be highly desirable because no two examples look exactly the same, but the excitement doesn't stop at the edge. Some collectors have found rotation errors, where the obverse and reverse are misaligned, creating a twisted design when the coin is flipped. Others have come across dies that were slightly worn or damaged, creating tiny cracks of raised metal on the portrait or the Statue of Liberty. Even planchet flaws have been discovered, such as tiny holes, pits, or alloy streaks that happened before the coin was struck. All of these imperfections are magnets for error collectors. What makes William Henry Harrison dollars even more intriguing is the historical story behind them. This coin honors a president who served the shortest term in American history. His month-long presidency feels almost like a mystery itself, and owning this coin feels like holding a piece of untold history. Collectors love this connection, because a coin is not just metal. It's a doorway to a time, a life, a moment that shaped the country, and because these coins circulated heavily, finding one in perfect condition is becoming harder with every year that passes. The satin finish coins, only released in special mint sets, have become favorites for high-grade collectors. The regular business strike coins, especially those untouched by circulation, are growing more desirable. And when you combine high grade with a rare error, you get a coin that collectors will chase every time it appears. So next time you come across the William Henry Harrison golden dollar, don't ignore it. Examine the edge carefully. Compare the alignment. Look for missing letters, double letters, or weak impressions. Check the shine and the surfaces. That simple small coin in your hand might be more than just a dollar. It might be a rare variety hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone who knows what to look for. And now the moment every collector waits for, the real-world value. The regular William Henry Harrison gold $1 coin usually holds a value of $1 in circulated condition, while mint-state examples often sell for $3 to $10. And missing edge lettering error coins can bring more than $50 to $80. While rare double-edge lettering varieties and specialty high-grade errors can reach auction prices of more than $100 to $200. Make sure you comment below about your own coins so USA Old Coins can tell you the value of your coins. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment, and make sure to like this video so we continue bringing you rare coin stories. Top 4. Imagine holding a coin that carries the legacy of one of the most intelligent, diplomatic, and influential leaders in American history. Not just a shiny golden dollar, but a gateway into the life of a president whose contribution shaped the very way the United States interacted with the world. Today on USA Old Coins, we dive deep into the story of the John Quincy Adams presidential dollar, a coin that is far more interesting than most people realize. A coin that looks simple at first glance, yet holds mysteries, errors, and rare varieties that collectors chase with excitement. Picture the year 2008 when the United States Mint released this golden coin as part of the presidential dollar series. It wasn't made of real gold, but its warm golden color gave it the appearance of something precious, something worth exploring. On the obverse, the calm and wise expression of John Quincy Adams, America's sixth president, stares back with a look that reflects intelligence and diplomacy. A man who served as Secretary of State, a president, and later a passionate member of Congress. And on the reverse stands the Statue of Liberty, bold and timeless, symbolizing the strength and spirit of the nation he helped guide. But while every collector appreciates the design, what truly makes this coin fascinating is the number of unusual errors and varieties it is known for. And these are the details that make coin lovers sit up, watch closely, and listen carefully until the very last second. One of the most famous and highly desired errors in the presidential dollar series is the missing edge lettering error. Each coin is supposed to have important inscriptions: "In God We Trust," "E Pluribus Unum," the mint mark, and the year engraved around the edge. But during production, some John Quincy Adams dollars skipped the edge lettering process completely. They slipped past the machine with smooth, blank edges, leaving them as rare and valuable collectibles. These plain edge coins became instant favorites among error collectors because mistakes like this don't happen often, and when they do, they create immediate excitement. But the story gets deeper. There are also double-edge lettering errors, striking mistakes that occur when a coin passes through the edge lettering machine twice. This causes overlapping inscriptions, stretched letters, double mint marks, or distorted text that almost looks like a secret message. Each double-edge lettering variety is unique, and the John Quincy Adams dollar has several known types that collectors search for with great enthusiasm. Some coins show partial edge inscriptions, where only half the letters appear, or where the wording fades in and out because the coin didn't roll properly through the machine. These partial strikes are visually stunning and extremely collectible because they highlight the exact moment the minting machinery missed its perfect rhythm, and yet, even beyond the edge, other types of errors appear. There are rotation errors, where the reverse is slightly turned from the obverse when you flip the coin. Some show die deterioration, creating small raised lines near the portrait or the statue. A few coins have planchet flaws, little pits, streaks, or metal bubbles that formed before the strike. These imperfections tell a story of their own, showing the unpredictable nature of mechanical minting. What makes the John Quincy Adams dollar especially appealing is the man behind the name. John Quincy Adams was not just a president. He was one of the greatest diplomats America ever produced, the architect behind the Monroe Doctrine, and a defender of human rights long before it was common to speak out. Owning a coin with his portrait is like owning a tiny, golden reminder of leadership rooted in intelligence, integrity, and unmatched dedication. Collectors don't just see metal, they feel history, purpose, and legacy, and because many presidential dollars entered circulation, finding high-grade, untouched John Quincy Adams dollars is getting harder each year. Many coins have scratches, dull surfaces, bag marks, or worn edges. But the ones that were preserved in rolls, mint sets, or private collections remain the true gems of this series. Combine a high grade with a rare error, and you have a coin that stands out instantly among collectors. This is why collectors all around the world continue to search through rolls, bags, and even pocket change hoping to find a rare John Quincy Adams variety. It's the thrill of the unknown, the excitement of discovering something that looks ordinary on the outside but holds a rare secret within. And that thrill is exactly why we bring you stories like this on USA Old Coins, because every coin has a journey, and every journey has a hidden treasure waiting to be found. And now, the moment every collector waits for, the true market value. The regular John Quincy Adams gold $1 coin in circulated condition is usually worth $1, while higher mint state graded pieces often sell for $4 to $10. And missing edge lettering error examples can bring more than $50 to $90, while rare double-edge lettering varieties and specialty high-grade errors can reach auction prices of more than $100 to $200. Make sure you comment below about your own coins so USA Old Coins can tell you the value of your coins. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment, and make sure to like this video so we continue bringing you rare coin stories. Top 5. Imagine holding a small golden coin that represents the mind behind the United States Constitution, the wisdom, the debates, the decisions that built the foundation of an entire nation. Today on USA Old Coins, we explore the James Madison Presidential Dollar, a coin that carries far more than a portrait. It carries the legacy of a man whose ideas shaped America itself. And as collectors know, these golden presidential dollars often hide mysteries, rare errors, and valuable varieties that turn a simple dollar into a treasure worth searching for. The year was 2007 when the U.S. Mint released this coin as part of the Presidential Dollar series. Though not made of actual gold, the rich golden color makes the coin look like a shining relic. On the obverse, the calm and determined face of James Madison appears, reminding us of the fourth President of the United States, a brilliant thinker, the father of the Constitution, and a leader who guided the nation through the War of 1812. On the reverse stands the Statue of Liberty, bold and glowing, representing the freedom Madison worked so hard to protect. But while the design is beautiful, the real excitement for collectors begins with the errors and varieties that slipped through the minting machines unnoticed. And this is where the story becomes truly fascinating. One of the most popular and valuable errors in the James Madison dollar is the missing edge lettering error. Normally, these coins have inscriptions around the edge, "In God We Trust," "E Pluribus Unum," the year, and the mint mark. But due to the unique minting process used for the Presidential Dollar series, some James Madison coins bypassed the edge lettering machine completely. The result, a perfectly smooth edge, no writing, no markings, just a blank golden ring. These plain edge Madison dollars became instant collectibles and remain highly sought after today. Collectors also look for double-edge lettering errors, coins that accidentally passed through the edge lettering machine twice. This creates duplicated inscriptions, overlapping text, doubled mint marks, and odd distortions that make each coin unique. The James Madison dollar has several known examples of these doubled edge varieties, and the most dramatic ones can be surprisingly valuable. These errors are eye-catching, visually interesting, and extremely appealing to error collectors. Another rare variety includes partial edge lettering, where the coin shows only part of the inscription. Sometimes the letters fade halfway through. Sometimes only half the words appear. Sometimes the mint mark is missing but the year is visible. These partial strikes are not common, and James Madison dollars with this error stand out instantly under a collector's magnifying glass, but it doesn't stop there. Just like other coins in this series, the Madison dollar has shown rotation errors, where the obverse and reverse align at unusual angles instead of the standard position. Some coins have die cracks, tiny raised lines formed by pressure damage inside the minting dies. Others have planchet flaws, like tiny metal bubbles or imperfections that occurred before the coin was struck. Each of these details adds to the rarity and excitement surrounding this coin. Collectors love the James Madison dollar not only for its errors but for its place in American history. Madison wasn't just another president. He was the thinker who helped design the very structure of the American government, the man who fought to ensure liberty while defending the nation during the War of 1812. Holding this coin feels like holding a symbol of American identity, a reminder of how ideas turned into a nation. Over time, many of these golden dollars have circulated, picking up scratches, marks, and wear. This makes high-grade versions more desirable every year. Mint state examples, especially those preserved in sealed rolls or mint sets, are becoming harder to find. And when you combine a high grade with a rare error, the value increases dramatically. That is why collectors still search through rolls and bags today, hoping to find a hidden James Madison treasure waiting for the right person to discover it. So, if you ever come across a James Madison presidential dollar, don't overlook it. Tilt it under the light. Check the edge carefully. Look for missing letters, doubled inscriptions, partial text, or rotation issues. A small detail could transform an ordinary coin into a collectible with real value. And that thrill of discovery is what keeps collectors searching, studying, and exploring coins like this every day. Here on USA Old Coins, we bring you these stories because every coin has a secret waiting to be uncovered. And now for the moment coin lovers want most, the real market value of the James Madison Gold $1 coin. The regular James Madison dollar coin typically holds a value of $1 in circulated condition, while mint state pieces usually sell for $3 to $10, and missing edge lettering error coins can bring more than $50 to $90, while rare double-edge lettering varieties and high-grade specialty errors can reach auction prices of more than $100 to $200. Make sure you comment below about your own coins so USA Old Coins can tell you the value of your coins. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment, and make sure to like this video so we continue bringing you rare coin stories. Top 6. Imagine holding a coin so large, so bold, and so full of American history that the moment it rests in your hand, you can feel its weight, not just its physical weight, but the weight of a legacy. Today on USA Old Coins, we explore one of the most iconic dollars ever made by the United States Mint, a coin that collectors around the world admire, the Eisenhower $1 of 1971. A coin that honors a president, a five-star general, and a man whose leadership shaped the world during World War II and the Cold War. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar was the first circulating $1 coin produced by the United States since the peace dollar of 1935. After decades without a $1 coin in everyday pockets, the country finally saw the return of a big, heavy, powerful dollar. And this one came with a twist. It honored Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President and Supreme Commander of the Allied Forces. On the obverse of the coin, his calm yet determined face reflects strength and leadership. On the reverse, a majestic eagle descends onto the moon, symbolizing the Apollo 11 landing, a powerful tribute to both American history and human achievement. But while this coin is beautiful, collectors know that the true excitement begins with the rare varieties, unexpected errors, and unusual minting quirks that make each Eisenhower dollar a potential treasure. The 1971 Ike dollar is famous for having multiple varieties and some of the most interesting minting mistakes in modern American coinage. Let's begin with one of the most well-known features. The two major types of the 1971 Ike dollar, the copper-nickel-clad circulation strike made in Philadelphia and the special silver-clad versions minted for collectors in San Francisco. The coins from San Francisco include both proof and uncirculated silver-clad versions, and these coins carry special luster, sharp design details, and a heavier, richer feel due to their silver content. Finding one of these silver strikes in truly pristine condition is a moment collectors treasure, but the story gets much more exciting when we look at the rare errors that occurred during production. The most famous error connected with the 1971 Eisenhower dollar is the legendary friendly eagle variety and the rare prototype strike. A small number of coins were struck at the Denver Mint using a prototype reverse die that featured a smoother, more rounded eagle design and different details in the earth and crater shapes. These prototype coins are extremely rare and highly valuable, making them a centerpiece for advanced collectors. Another major variety is the difference between the Type 1 and Type 2 reverse dies, one with high relief details and the other with a more simplified engraving. The Type 2 reverse for 1971 is especially rare in certain mint marks and conditions. Collectors often spend hours comparing the tiny differences in the islands of the Caribbean, the sharpness of the eagle's feathers, or the depth of the crater lines, searching for that special die variety that sets their coin apart. Now let's talk about errors. Beautiful mistakes that bring real value. Some 1971 Eisenhower dollars show off-center strikes where part of the design literally falls off the edge of the coin. Others have double die obverse or reverse features, with doubled lettering or slightly doubled profiles of Eisenhower's face. A few coins have die cracks, raised lines running across the design, caused by aging minting machinery. And some even have wrong planchet errors, being struck on planchets intended for silver coins or other denominations. Each one of these mistakes becomes a prized collectible. Collectors love the Eisenhower dollar because it was the last large-size dollar coin produced by the United States. Its size, its design, its history, all of it creates a sense of nostalgia and importance. Holding an Ike dollar feels like holding a piece of American pride. It reminds us of the Apollo mission, of wartime leadership, of national strength. It reminds us that coins are more than metal, they are storytellers. Many Eisenhower dollars have been heavily circulated, making high-grade examples extremely desirable. Bag marks, scratches, dull luster, all of these flaws reduce the grade. But the ones that survived untouched, kept in protective holders or sealed original packaging, shine today as some of the most beautiful modern collectibles. And when a high-grade coin also has a rare variety or error, its value jumps dramatically. So, if you ever come across a 1971 Eisenhower dollar, look at it closely. Check the reverse design. Look for doubling. Examine the edges. Compare the eagle's shape with known varieties. Study the luster. Search for the unusual. Because your ordinary-looking coin might just be one of the special varieties that collectors are always hunting for. And that is exactly what makes this hobby magical. The thrill of discovering something rare where most people see nothing at all. Here on USA Old Coins, we keep that magic alive, and now the moment collectors wait for, the real market value of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar. The regular copper-nickel-clad Eisenhower $1 from 1971 normally holds a value of $1 in circulated condition, while mint-state examples often sell for $5 to $15, and silver-clad uncirculated or proof examples can sell for more than $20 to $40, while rare prototype varieties and high-grade major errors can reach auction prices of more than $2,000 to $5,000. Make sure you comment below about your own coins so USA Old Coins can tell you the value of your coins. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment, and make sure to like this video so we continue bringing you rare coin stories. Top 7. In the heart of American coinage history, there is a dollar coin that collectors whisper about with curiosity, excitement, and sometimes even disbelief. Today, on USA Old Coins, we travel back to the year 1972, a year when the United States Mint produced one of the most interesting and challenging coins ever made for collectors, the Eisenhower $1. Get ready, because this is not just a coin, this is a story of mistakes, discoveries, mysteries, and the thrill of the hunt. Imagine holding a coin so large and solid that it instantly reminds you of the old silver dollars of the Wild West. But instead of cowboys and saloons, this one carries the proud, bold portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a man who led the Allied forces to victory in World War II and later guided the United States as president. On the reverse, a powerful eagle descends toward the lunar surface, honoring the Apollo 11 mission, making this coin feel less like money and more like a chapter from history held right in your hand. But what makes the 1972 Eisenhower dollar truly fascinating is not just its beauty, but its unexpected complexity. This year produced one of the most famous varieties and error combinations in all modern American coinage. Even experienced collectors agree that 1972 is the year where the Eisenhower dollar transforms into a treasure hunt. The Philadelphia Mint, the only mint producing circulation strikes that year, accidentally created not one, not two, but 3 different reverse designs. These are known today as Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3. At first glance they look nearly identical, but hidden within the details of the earth on the reverse are subtle differences that turn an ordinary dollar into a rare and valuable collectible. The Type 2 reverse is the one that makes collectors' hearts beat faster. Imagine unknowingly having a coin in your pocket that is dramatically rarer than nearly every other Eisenhower dollar ever made. The earth appears smoother, the islands are shaped differently, and the globe looks almost like a painter repainted it with a new brush. Only a very small number of these Type 2 coins escaped into circulation, and for decades people have been searching bankrolls, collection boxes, and old drawers hoping to find one. This is the kind of coin that turns ordinary people into treasure hunters overnight, but that is not where the excitement ends. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar is also famous for a range of minting errors that can turn even common coins into valuable finds. Struck through grease errors create soft, missing details on the portrait. Off-center strikes reveal dramatic empty spaces where the design should be. Lamination flaws peel slightly off the surface like tiny metal ribbons, the result of impurities in the planchet. And then there are die cracks, little lines spreading like lightning across the coin, showing the stress and where the mint machinery endured. Each of these errors not only adds character to the coin but can also push its value upward, depending on how dramatic and visible the mistake is. Collectors love this coin because it offers something for everyone. Beginners can find the common types easily, while advanced collectors spend years chasing the rare Type 2 or a high-grade example with sharp details and almost no marks. The Eisenhower dollar from 1972 has become a beloved challenge, a coin that rewards patience and knowledge. It is heavy, historic, difficult, unpredictable, and deeply satisfying to collect. That is why coin lovers listen to every detail when this coin appears, because you never know if the one you are holding is the ordinary version, or the rare treasure hiding in plain sight. And if you ever come across a 1972 Eisenhower dollar in brilliant uncirculated condition, shining like it just came from the mint, then you are holding a piece of American history that survived the passage of time far better than most. That alone makes it special. Now, As we reach the end of our story, let's talk about what everyone wants to know: the real market value of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar. A regular circulation strike commonly sells for a few dollars, while higher-grade coins can rise substantially. The rare Type II reverse is the true star, bringing auction results that climb into the hundreds for circulated coins and even thousands for high-grade examples. The highest known auction sales for top-graded Type II dollars have reached as high as several $1,000s, meaning several thousand in words. Remember to comment below and tell us about your own coins so USA Old Coins can help you identify them and provide information about them. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel and comment as well. And finally, make sure to like the video to support the channel. Top 8. In the world of American coin collecting, there are coins that impress you at first glance, and then there are coins that pull you deeper, drawing you into their story, their history, and the secrets hidden inside their design. Today on USA Old Coins, we take you into the world of the 1974 Eisenhower $1 dollar, a coin that looks bold, feels powerful in your hand, and carries a legacy that every collector should know. This is not just a dollar coin. It is a doorway into one of the most exciting chapters of United States minting history. Picture the year 1974. The United States Mint was preparing for the coming bicentennial celebrations, but they still had one more regular issue Eisenhower dollar to produce before the special 200th anniversary designs arrived. What they created was a coin that collectors now consider one of the cleanest, sharpest, and most consistent designs of the entire Eisenhower series. The portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower on the front is strong and expressive, a tribute to a man whose leadership shaped a generation. On the reverse, the American bald eagle lands proudly on the lunar surface, forever linking this coin to the heroic Apollo 11 mission. Even for someone holding it for the first time, the coin feels like a heavy reminder of American strength and exploration. But beneath its appearance lies something deeper. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar carries a hidden charm that makes collectors pay close attention. Although it is not as dramatically varied as the 1972 Ike dollars, it still holds its own set of special traits, rare errors, and valuable varieties that make the search thrilling for collectors. The excitement begins with understanding that this coin had two main versions: the circulation strike from the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and the special silver-clad collector versions from the San Francisco Mint. This alone creates interest, because the silver-clad pieces were made in far smaller quantities and were never released for everyday use. They were created for collectors, and many of them survived in beautiful condition, making high-grade examples desirable, but the real adventure begins when collectors start searching for mistakes. The 1974 Ike dollar has become known for its striking errors, each one adding uniqueness and value. Among the most impressive are the off-center strike errors, where part of the coin's design is pushed to the side, leaving a dramatic blank crescent. These coins immediately catch a collector's eye because they show the minting machinery's misalignment in a bold and unmistakable way. Then there are the double die errors. On some examples, the lettering shows slight doubling, creating a shadow effect that can be seen with the naked eye or under magnification. These details, although subtle, make collectors very excited because they transform an ordinary Ike dollar into something scarce. One of the more mysterious errors is the die crack variety. Tiny raised lines stretch across the surface of the coin, like lightning frozen in time. These die cracks tell the story of stress and pressure inside minting presses that struck millions of coins. To collectors, they are not flaws. They are evidence that the coin lived through the intense world of industrial minting. There are also struck-through errors, where grease or debris slipped between the die and the planchet, leaving parts of the design faint or missing. These coins have a ghost-like appearance, making each one a fascinating collectible, but perhaps one of the most interesting aspects of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar is how much condition affects its value. The large size of the Ike dollar means it often left the mint with marks, scratches, and dents from heavy handling. Finding a coin from this year with clean fields, sharp details, and smooth surfaces is a challenge that collectors love. High-grade examples, especially those graded by professional services, can bring strong prices. The silver-clad proof versions from San Francisco, with their deep mirrored surfaces, are especially admired. Some of the highest quality proofs look so clear and so beautifully struck that they seem almost unreal, almost like a photograph etched into metal. Collectors of USA old coins love coins like the 1974 Ike because they create excitement for every level of hobbyist. Beginners love finding these large iconic dollars in old family collections or coin boxes, while advanced collectors chase rare errors, high-grade examples, and the pure silver collector versions. Every coin has a story, every mark has meaning, and every error carries mystery. That is why coin lovers listen carefully whenever this coin is discussed. It is a journey that brings history, science, art, and treasure hunting all together in your hand, and now we arrive at the moment everyone has been waiting for, the real value of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar. A regular circulated coin is usually worth a small amount of money, while a high-grade uncirculated example can be worth more. The silver-clad proofs from San Francisco have sold for prices that rise into the tens of dollars, and rare high-grade or error examples can reach into the hundreds. The highest auction sales for the very top-graded proof and mint-state examples have brought prices into the range of several $100s in words. Remember to comment below and tell us about your own coins so USA Old Coins can help you identify them and give you the right information. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and comment as well. And make sure to like the video to support the channel. Top 9. There are coins in American history that feel ordinary at first glance, and then there are coins like the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar, a coin that collectors across the country talk about with fascination, confusion, curiosity, and excitement. And today, right here on USA Old Coins, we take you into the heart of that story, a story filled with bold design choices, unexpected challenges at the United States Mint, and surprising rare errors that make this dollar one of the most interesting modern coins ever created. Imagine the scene. It is 1979, and for the first time in United States history, a woman is being placed on a circulating dollar coin. Not just any woman, but Susan B. Anthony herself, a leader of courage, determination, and unstoppable strength. The decision sent shockwaves through the collecting world. Until then, only allegorical women such as Lady Liberty had appeared on U.S. coins, but never a real historic female figure. So when the mint prepared to launch the coin, excitement was everywhere. But no one knew that this little dollar would become one of the most talked about coins in American numismatic history. The coin is small, the size of a quarter, and this is where the story gets interesting. The United States Mint believed that a small dollar coin would be easier to use, cheaper to produce, and more convenient for the public. But the problem was immediate. The new Anthony dollar looked and felt almost exactly like a quarter. People got confused. Stores got confused. Machines got confused. Even banks became frustrated. The coin was rejected by the public almost instantly. But this rejection is exactly what makes the 1979 D. Anthony dollar special today. Because it saw so little use, collectors now hunt for the few surviving high-grade examples that were never damaged or scratched in circulation, and then, the minting errors began to appear. 1979 was a year of intense production as the Denver Mint pushed millions of Anthony dollars into circulation. High speed, high pressure, and complicated die preparation created the perfect conditions for mistakes. The most legendary varieties from the 1979 series are the wide rim and narrow rim varieties, also known as the near date and far date. Although the wide rim is famous from the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint marks also produced many striking varieties worth attention. Some examples show unusually bold D mint marks, some faint or filled D mint marks, and others display doubling on the lettering around the rim. Collectors especially love the double die obverse varieties. Tiny doubling on the words Liberty, the date, or the stars around the portrait can turn an ordinary Anthony dollar into a highly desirable collectible. These double dies are subtle yet powerful. They show the moment when the die shifted slightly during creation, capturing a shadow-like impression that is visible under magnification. When collectors find one, it feels like discovering treasure. Struck-through errors are also common on this series. During the rapid production cycle of 1979, grease, dust, and metal shavings sometimes slipped between the die and the planchet. When this happened, part of the design came out faint or missing. You may see weak lettering, missing details in Susan B. Anthony's hair, or small areas on the reverse where the eagle appears smooth and incomplete. These coins are exciting because no two are exactly alike. Each one is a unique fingerprint from the minting process. Off-center strikes are another favorite among collectors. If the blank planchet didn't sit perfectly under the dies, the design shifted to one side, leaving a dramatic crescent-shaped blank area. The more off-center the mistake, the more valuable the coin becomes. A 1979 D. Anthony dollar struck 40% off-center can easily be one of the most dramatic, visually stunning pieces in a collection. Clipped planchets, die cracks, die chips, and rim cut errors also exist in this series. A clipped planchet creates a bite-like shape on the edge. Die cracks appear like lightning bolts across the surface of the coin. Die chips look like tiny raised blobs of metal, often appearing in the hair, the eagle's wings, or inside the lettering. And rim cuds, where a part of the die breaks off completely, create a raised blob on the rim that collectors absolutely love. The Denver Mint, known for producing sharp, clean strikes, also gave collectors something special. Because the public rejected the coin so quickly, many 1979 D. Anthony dollars were stored away, giving today's coin lovers the opportunity to search for high-grade mint-state examples with brilliant luster. These coins shine beautifully under light, their surfaces smooth and untouched. Grading services reward these pristine coins with high mint-state scores, and these top grades are exactly where the big money appears. Collectors from all corners of the hobby, beginners, historians, and advanced experts, admire the Susan B. Anthony dollar for what it represents. It is a symbol of American progress. It is a piece of the nation's movement toward equality. And it is an unforgettable chapter in U.S. minting history. The 1979 D. Anthony dollar may be small, but it holds huge importance. And that is why coin lovers listen carefully whenever this coin is mentioned, because its story is one of struggle, controversy, rarity, and unexpected value. And now we arrive at the question you have been waiting for: the real value and worth of the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony $1. In circulated condition, the value is usually just a small amount. In high mint state grades, the value rises into the tens of dollars. Rare high-grade examples and dramatic error varieties have sold for auction prices reaching into the hundreds of dollars in words. Remember to comment below and tell us about your own coins so USA Old Coins can help you identify them and give you the right information. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and comment as well. And make sure to like the video to support the channel. Top 10. There are moments in American history when a coin becomes more than metal. It becomes a voice. It becomes a symbol of pride, memory, and identity. And today on USA Old Coins, we open the story of one such masterpiece, the 1918 Illinois half-dollar, one of the most powerful and emotional commemorative coins ever made in the United States. A coin that does not just sit in a collection box, it stands tall like the man whose portrait is carved upon it. Imagine the year 1918. The state of Illinois is celebrating its 100th anniversary of statehood. At the same time, the nation is recovering from war, the world is changing, and America is stepping into a new era of strength and identity. To honor this milestone, the United States Mint created a coin unlike any before it, a half-dollar that centers the powerful face of Abraham Lincoln. Not the young Lincoln of the 2-cent piece, not the elegant Lincoln of the modern penny, but a raw, rugged, deeply human portrait that captures the spirit of a man who shaped the country. Collectors feel something special the moment they hold the Illinois half-dollar. The front of the coin shows Lincoln standing tall, his face thoughtful, his eyes focused, the details carved with emotion rather than perfection. You can almost feel the weight of his decisions, the responsibility, the courage. The mint artist Charles Barber created a portrait that still leaves collectors silent for a moment when they first see it. On the back, the coin shows a proud, bold shield of Illinois with the text State Sovereignty National Union. Every curve, every letter, every raised line represents a century of American growth, struggle, and unity. The history is not just written on the coin, it lives inside the design. But what makes the 1918 Illinois half-dollar even more fascinating is its rarity. This coin was minted only once, only for one occasion, and only in limited quantity. Unlike the coins of everyday circulation, this one had a purpose, a mission, a meaning. And because of that, only a small number exist today in beautiful condition. Many were spent, many were mishandled, many were lost to time. The ones that survived are now treasures collectors chase passionately, and then we enter the world of varieties, die differences, and minting quirks, the details coin collectors love. Although the Illinois half-dollar does not have dozens of varieties like some other commemoratives, it does have important traits that experts look closely at. Some coins show sharper strikes on Lincoln's hair and beard, while others appear softer and slightly flatter due to dye wear. Some examples show weakness in the shield reverse, particularly near the eagle ribbon. These details make certain strikes more desirable than others, but the rarest finds are the minting errors, the unexpected mistakes that raise value dramatically. A small number of Illinois half-dollars show gentle die cracks, thin raised lines stretching across Lincoln's portrait or through the lettering. These lines formed when the die began to weaken under pressure, and they give the coin a rugged, dramatic character that collectors admire. There are also struck-through errors, where grease or debris softened parts of the design, creating ghost-like smooth patches on the coin. Each struck-through piece is unique, a one-of-a-kind minting moment frozen in time. Off-center strikes are extremely rare for this coin, but a few confirmed examples exist. These coins are instantly eye-catching because the entire design shifts toward one edge, leaving a blank crescent-shaped space. These off-center Illinois half-dollars are considered among the jewels of early U.S. commemorative collecting. Repunched mintmark varieties appear too, small doubling of the D mintmark from the Denver dies used in preparation. These mintmark quirks, although subtle, are treasured by variety specialists who appreciate the fine mechanical history behind the minting machines of that era. Now imagine this coin resting in your hand. Minted in 1918, held through wars, passed through generations, preserved through decades of collecting. It carries the shadow of a century, and when you hold it, you feel like you are touching history itself. That is the power of the Illinois Centennial $50. That is why collectors listen carefully whenever this coin is discussed. It is not just a piece of silver, it is a tribute, a memory, a symbol of the American spirit. And now we arrive at the most important moment of the video, the true value and worth of the 1918 Illinois $50. In circulated condition, this historic piece is worth amounts in the tens of dollars. In high-grade mint state condition, the value rises into the hundreds of dollars. And the finest certified examples, along with rare errors and high-end specimens, have achieved auction prices that reach into the thousands of dollars in words. Remember to comment below and tell us about your own coins so USA Old Coins can help you identify them and give you the correct information. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and comment as well. And make sure to like the video to support the channel. Top 11. In the history of United States coinage, few coins carry as much symbolism, emotion, and intrigue as the Kennedy $50. Introduced in 1964 to honor President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination, the coin quickly became a staple of American culture. Today, on USA Old Coins, we turn our attention to the 1971 Kennedy $50, a coin that is both historically significant and endlessly fascinating for collectors. It is a coin that tells a story, not just of a president, but of a nation, a minting process, and the pursuit of perfection interrupted by errors and variety. Holding a 1971 Kennedy $50 in your hand is an experience. The coin is larger than most modern coins, giving it a weight and presence that immediately draws attention. On the obverse, the portrait of John F. Kennedy stands bold, dignified, and striking. Every detail of his hair, the sharp contours of his face, and the strong, hopeful gaze are preserved in silver-clad copper-nickel, symbolizing a nation's respect for its fallen leader. On the reverse, the presidential seal is rendered in exquisite detail, a heraldic eagle clutching arrows and olive branches, surrounded by stars and lettering that proclaim the values of freedom and unity. The design is not just decorative, it is a tribute frozen in time, a miniature monument to a president who changed the course of history. But while the coin itself is beautiful, what makes the 1971 Kennedy $50 truly interesting is its rarity and the subtle errors that make it a must-have for collectors. This was the first year the $50 was produced after the Coinage Act of 1965, which removed silver from circulating coins. As a result, the 1971 $50 was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition for circulation and a special 20% silver version for collectors at the San Francisco Mint. The difference in composition gives collectors a fascinating opportunity to explore the chemistry, luster, and feel of each version. The silver-clad examples shine brighter, feel heavier, and are far more desirable in uncirculated condition. Collectors immediately noticed that not all 1971 Kennedy halves were created equal. One of the most famous and sought-after varieties is the proof versus business strike difference. Proof coins were specially minted for collectors, struck multiple times on polished planchets to create a mirror-like finish. Business strikes were meant for circulation and have a softer, more matte appearance. The difference may seem subtle, but experts know that it can mean a dramatic difference in value. Then there are the errors, the little mistakes that turn ordinary coins into legendary collectibles. One of the most famous is the doubled die obverse, where the lettering and details of Kennedy's portrait appear doubled. When you tilt the coin under light, you can see a shadow effect around the hairline, the lettering, and even the facial contours. Another prized error is the weak strike variety, where details of the eagle's feathers, the arrows, or the olive branches are faint or missing. These errors occurred when the minting presses experienced pressure variations, and finding a coin with strong, full details is considered highly desirable. Off-center strikes also exist in this series, although they are rarer. In these cases, the portrait or seal is shifted toward the rim, leaving a blank crescent on the opposite side. A dramatic off-center Kennedy half-dollar can fetch significant collector attention because the misalignment is visually striking and historically unique. There are also planchet errors, die cracks, and small die chips that appear on select coins. Each flaw tells a story of the mechanical process at the mint, a story frozen in metal that has survived for over 50 years. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar is also a coin of historical context. The early 70s were a time of transition in America, post-Vietnam, post-Civil Rights Act, and during a period of dramatic social change. The coin is one of the first to be issued in the post-silver era for circulation, yet it carries the image of a beloved leader who symbolized hope, youth, and progress. Collectors are drawn not just to the physical coin, but to the story it represents, the combination of artistry, history, and the fleeting nature of perfection interrupted by human and mechanical error. For collectors who love variety, the mint mark can make a significant difference. 1971 coins were struck at Philadelphia and Denver, with San Francisco producing the silver proofs. Collectors seek these different mint marks to complete their sets. The condition of the coin, whether it has circulated or remained in brilliant uncirculated form, also dramatically affects its value. The challenge of finding coins with perfect luster, sharp details, and no bag marks is part of what makes collecting Kennedy half-dollars so thrilling. When you hold a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, you are holding more than a coin. You are holding a piece of American history. You are holding the remembrance of a president whose leadership and legacy still resonate today. And whether you are a beginner collector marveling at the design or an expert examining every tiny minting flaw, this coin is a testament to craftsmanship, history, and the excitement of discovery. And now, for the moment every collector wants: the true market value of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar. Regular circulated coins are generally worth $1, while high-grade uncirculated examples often sell for $3 to $10, and 20% silver-clad examples from San Francisco can bring more than $8 to $20, while rare double-die, off-center, or other high-grade error examples can reach auction prices of more than $100 to $200. In words, remember to comment below about your own coins so USA Old Coins can tell you their value. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and comment as well, and make sure to like this video so we can continue bringing you rare coin stories. Top 12. In the world of United States coin collecting, few coins carry the legacy, history, and collector fascination quite like the Kennedy half-dollar. Introduced in 1964 to honor President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination, this coin quickly became more than currency. It became a symbol of remembrance, hope, and American pride. Today on USA Old Coins, we focus on the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar, a coin that holds a special place in the hearts of collectors for its unique characteristics, intriguing minting quirks, and potential for rare error varieties. This coin is not just metal, it is history frozen in silver-clad copper-nickel, a tangible connection to one of the most iconic presidents in American history, holding a 1973 Kennedy half-dollar. The first thing that strikes any collector is its weight and size. Larger than quarters, heavier than dimes, and undeniably bold in the hand, it immediately commands attention. On the obverse, the profile of President Kennedy appears strong, youthful, and thoughtful, capturing the spirit of leadership and the promise he represented. Every detail, from the intricate strands of hair to the carefully sculpted contours of the face, is precise, yet small differences between coins make this series endlessly fascinating. On the reverse, the presidential seal is engraved with remarkable detail, an eagle clutching arrows and olive branches, surrounded by stars and inscriptions that embody national pride and unity. The design is both elegant and symbolic, a combination of artistry and history that collectors cherish, but what truly makes the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar special is the variety, rarity, and errors that can transform an ordinary coin into a highly desirable collectible. This year, the United States Mint produced both copper-nickel-clad circulation coins and 20% silver-clad collector coins from the San Francisco Mint. The silver-clad versions are particularly prized, shining with a brighter, more reflective surface, and providing a heavier feel that instantly sets them apart. Collectors seek these silver coins because they were struck in smaller quantities and intended specifically for collectors rather than for general circulation. Within this series, there are also subtle but important varieties that make careful examination worthwhile. The difference between proof coins and business strikes is significant. Proof coins were struck multiple times on polished planchets, giving them a mirror-like finish and sharply detailed relief. Business strikes, intended for circulation, are softer, less reflective, and exhibit slightly different detail in the hair and the eagle's feathers. Knowing how to identify these variations is essential for collectors aiming to build a comprehensive Kennedy half-dollar collection. Errors are another fascinating aspect of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar. Doubled die obverse and reverse examples are among the most sought after. On these coins, the lettering, date, or even parts of Kennedy's portrait appear doubled when viewed under magnification. The doubling creates a shadow effect that is both subtle and striking, instantly elevating the coin's collectible value. Weak strikes are also known in this series, where some elements of the design, such as the eagle's feathers, arrows, or the details in Kennedy's hair, appear faint or incomplete. These variations occurred due to slight imperfections in the die or inconsistencies during the striking process, making each weak strike coin unique. Off-center strikes and planchet errors add another layer of intrigue. In off-center examples, the design is shifted away from the coin's center, leaving a blank crescent-shaped area along the rim. Such coins are visually dramatic and highly desirable among error collectors. Planchet flaws, including small cracks, laminations, or metal spots, occasionally appear, making each affected coin one of a kind. Even subtle die cracks, tiny raised lines across the surface caused by stress in the minting die, can turn a seemingly ordinary half-dollar into a collector's treasure. Mint marks also play an essential role in determining a coin's rarity and desirability. The 1973 Kennedy half-dollar was struck at Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D mint mark, and San Francisco, S mint mark. Collectors often aim to complete sets including all three mint locations in both circulation and silver-clad varieties. The San Francisco silver-clad proofs, in particular, are highly sought after because they were produced in smaller numbers and preserved primarily for collectors, resulting in beautifully struck coins with exceptional luster. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is the condition. Because many of these coins circulated heavily, finding high-grade examples with no scratches, no bag marks, and full original luster is increasingly rare. Mint state coins preserved in protective holders or uncirculated collector sets are the ones that command significant attention. When combined with a rare variety or an error, these coins can reach high prices at auction, turning a simple half-dollar into a remarkable investment and collector's prize. This coin also carries historical significance beyond its design. The 1970s were a period of transition in America, post-Vietnam, during social change and in the midst of economic shifts. The Kennedy half-dollar reflects both remembrance and continuity, serving as a connection to a president whose image symbolizes leadership, courage, and hope. Collectors are drawn not just to the metal or the minting details, but to the story, the emotion, and the heritage captured in every coin. Now, for the most anticipated part, the real market value of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar. A regular copper-nickel circulated coin is typically worth $1 in words. High-grade uncirculated examples generally sell for $3 to $10 in words. 20% silver-clad collector coins from San Francisco often bring more than $8 to $20 in words, while rare double-die errors, off-center strikes, and high-grade silver examples can reach auction prices of more than $100 to $200 in words. Remember to comment below about your own coins so USA Old Coins can provide information and help you identify them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment, and make sure to like the video to support us in continuing to bring rare coin stories. Top 13. There are coins in the United States that do more than represent currency. They tell stories. They capture history. They connect generations of collectors to moments of triumph, tragedy, and national pride. Today on USA Old Coins, we explore one such coin, the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar, a piece that continues to captivate collectors for its historical significance, striking design, and fascinating variety of rare errors. The Kennedy half-dollar series has been an icon since its introduction in 1964, honoring the 35th President of the United States, John F. Kennedy, and the 1983 issue is no exception. Holding a 1983 Kennedy half-dollar, the first thing you notice is its size and weight. Larger than a quarter, heavier than a dime, this coin has presence in the hand, a reminder of an era when coins were substantial and symbolic. The obverse features Kennedy's striking profile, his face engraved with precision, the strands of hair, the sharp features, and the youthful expression capturing both leadership and idealism. Each detail is carefully preserved, yet collectors know that small variations from coin to coin can make all the difference. On the reverse, the presidential seal is depicted in intricate detail. The eagle, arrows, olive branch, and stars form a striking composition that embodies the ideals of freedom, vigilance, and unity. What makes the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar particularly interesting for collectors is not just its design, but the variety of minting compositions, errors, and rare characteristics. By 1983, Kennedy half-dollars were no longer being struck for general circulation in silver. Instead, the coins were composed of copper-nickel clad for everyday use. However, some coins, especially those included in collector sets from the San Francisco Mint, were struck in a special proof format, offering sharp details, brilliant mirrors, and full relief. These proof coins immediately attracted collectors because of their striking appearance and limited availability compared to the mass-produced circulation strikes errors from this year, while less dramatic than earlier issues, still create excitement for collectors. One of the most sought-after varieties is the double-die obverse. In these coins, lettering such as Liberty, In God We Trust, or even the date may appear doubled, creating a shadow-like effect that becomes instantly recognizable under magnification. Weak strikes are also present in some circulation coins, where the eagle's feathers, arrows, or olive branches on the reverse are faint or incomplete. These weak strike examples are fascinating because they demonstrate the subtle pressures and variations in the minting process, turning ordinary coins into collectibles with stories to tell. Another type of error that appears in 1983 Kennedy half dollars includes off-center strikes. These coins are dramatically shifted during production, leaving a portion of the design missing and revealing a crescent-shaped blank area. Even small off-center examples can be valuable because they are visually striking and rare. Some coins also show die cracks, small raised lines caused by stress in the die during striking, adding unique characteristics that collectors prize. Minor planchet errors, such as laminations, small metal flaws, or spots, also occasionally appear, making each coin one of a kind. Mint marks from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco play an important role in determining rarity and value. 1983 circulation coins were produced at Philadelphia with no mint mark and at Denver with a D mint mark. Proof coins were struck at San Francisco with an S mint mark. Collectors often aim to complete sets including all three mint marks in uncirculated and proof versions. Silver proofs from San Francisco, although not composed of silver, were struck with special care, giving them a brilliant reflective finish and making them highly sought after. The condition of a coin is another key factor that determines its desirability. Because 1983 half dollars circulated lightly compared to earlier issues, finding uncirculated examples with full luster and sharp detail is possible but becoming increasingly difficult. Coins that have survived decades without scratches, bag marks, or wear are particularly prized, and when these examples also include a rare error or variety, their value increases dramatically. Collectors delight in examining these coins under magnification, searching for the subtle traits that distinguish an ordinary Kennedy half dollar from a truly exceptional piece. For collectors, the 1983 Kennedy half dollar is more than a coin. It is a connection to American history. It is a piece of the story of a president whose legacy continues to inspire, a period when coinage reflected both artistry and national pride, and a challenge for collectors seeking perfection in mint-state examples or rare errors. The excitement of discovering a double die, an off-center strike, or a high-grade proof coin is a reminder of why coin collecting is such a passionate pursuit. Every coin has a story, and every discovery is a moment frozen in time. Now, for the part every collector has been waiting for, the real market value of the 1983 Kennedy half dollar. Circulated copper-nickel coins are generally worth $1 in words. High-grade uncirculated examples usually sell for $3 to $10 in words. San Francisco proof versions bring prices of more than $8 to $20 in words, while rare double die errors, off-center strikes, or top-graded examples can reach auction prices of more than $100 to $200 in words. Remember to comment below about your own coins so USA Old Coins can help you identify them and tell you the value. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment, and make sure to like the video to support us in bringing you rare coin stories. Top 14. In the long and fascinating history of United States coinage, few coins have captured the imagination of collectors and the public like the Kennedy half dollar. Introduced in 1964 to honor President John F. Kennedy following his assassination, the half dollar quickly became an enduring symbol of leadership, remembrance, and national pride. Today on USA Old Coins, we focus on the 1998 Kennedy half dollar, a coin that continues to engage collectors due to its design, its minting characteristics, and the occasional errors that make it a unique treasure for enthusiasts of all levels. This coin is more than currency, it is history, artistry, and excitement rolled into a single, striking piece of metal. the 1998 Kennedy half dollar retains all the iconic elements that make this series beloved by collectors. On the obverse, the portrait of John F. Kennedy remains bold and dignified, capturing the youthful energy, determination, and leadership that defined his presidency. Every detail, from the intricately sculpted hair to the strong contours of his face, is faithfully preserved, and yet small variations between coins make each one special. On the reverse, the presidential seal stands as a symbol of unity and strength, the eagle clutching arrows and olive branches, surrounded by stars and lettering, conveys the ideals of freedom, vigilance, and national pride. Collectors appreciate not only the design's elegance but also its historical resonance. What makes the 1998 Kennedy half dollar particularly fascinating is the range of varieties and subtle errors that can make a coin rare and highly collectible. By this time, all circulation strikes were produced in a copper-nickel-clad composition, while proof versions were struck at the San Francisco Mint. The proofs were designed for collectors, struck on polished planchets multiple times to create a mirror-like finish and sharply detailed relief. These proof coins are highly sought after due to their limited production and their reflective, pristine surfaces that make them stand out from everyday circulation coins. Errors and minting variations add another layer of interest for serious collectors. One of the most notable is the double die variety, where small elements of the obverse or reverse design appear doubled under magnification. This can include doubling of the letters in Liberty, the date, or even parts of Kennedy's profile. Double dies are highly prized because they demonstrate a rare imperfection in the die creation process, and each coin exhibiting this phenomenon is unique. Other errors found in the 1998 Kennedy half dollar include weak strikes, off-center strikes, and die cracks. Weak strikes result in faint details, often in the eagle's feathers, the arrows, or the contours of Kennedy's hair. These coins are intriguing because they showcase the variability of the minting process and highlight the precision required to produce thousands of coins daily. Off-center strikes, although uncommon, are dramatic and visually appealing. A coin shifted several millimeters from center creates a bold crescent of blank metal that instantly attracts attention. Die cracks, small raised lines appearing on the surface due to stress in the die, are another form of collectible error that adds uniqueness to individual coins. Mint marks also influence the desirability of this coin. Circulation strikes were produced at Philadelphia with no mint mark and at Denver with a D mint mark, while proof coins were struck at San Francisco with an S mint mark. Collectors often aim to complete sets with examples from all three mints, and proof coins from San Francisco are especially valued for their sharp detail, reflective surfaces, and limited numbers. The combination of mint mark, condition, and any unique errors can make a 1998 Kennedy half dollar particularly valuable to those seeking rare or exceptional examples. Condition remains a critical factor for collectors. Most 1998 half dollars circulated lightly, meaning many coins still exist with their original luster and sharp details. Uncirculated examples, especially those preserved in protective holders or part of collector sets, are in high demand. Coins with full mint luster, no scratches, and clear, sharp design features are considered premium examples, and when combined with rare errors or proof strikes, their value can increase significantly. Collectors are also drawn to the 1998 Kennedy half dollar because it represents a mature phase of the series. By this year, the design was well established, the minting processes were highly refined, and the series was being collected not just for circulation but for the enjoyment of completing sets and discovering subtle varieties. The coin bridges the gap between history and modern numismatics, offering both a connection to the past and a challenge for today's collector, holding a 1998 Kennedy half-dollar in hand is like holding a piece of American history. It is a coin that combines artistry, craftsmanship, and story, a coin that rewards careful examination, whether you are looking at design, condition, or subtle errors. For beginners, it offers a window into collecting and history. For advanced collectors, it provides opportunities to search for rare varieties, double dies, off-center strikes, and mint-state examples that are increasingly rare with each passing year. Every detail, every edge, and every mark has meaning, making this coin a timeless addition to any collection. Now, for the most important part, the real market value of the 1998 Kennedy half-dollar. A circulated copper-nickel example is typically worth $1 in words. High-grade uncirculated examples generally sell for $3 to $10 in words. San Francisco proof coins, with their mirror-like finish and limited production, often bring prices of more than $10 to $20 in words, while rare double die or off-center examples, or top-graded mint-state coins, can reach auction prices of more than $100 to $200 in words. Remember to comment below about your own coins so USA Old Coins can help identify them and provide information. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment, and make sure to like the video to support us in bringing you rare and fascinating coin stories.